Hello and welcome to this week's Montgomery Minute for Businesses. Let's talk about a tax here in New Mexico that the local governments have said they're going to start to enforce more. Okay. It's on businesses. It's called the personal property tax. All right. This is tax that they charge on any assets that you have in your business that you're using for business purposes. This includes vehicles. Okay. So anything that you're carrying that you're taking depreciation on. So if it still has value, all right, book value, so that means that you're still taking depreciation on this asset, then we have to report this asset and we have to pay a personal property tax on it. Now, this is one of these taxes that really has not been complied with in recent decades, really. But local governments have come out and said they're going to enforce this. My firm has actually had some clients where the county assessor has actually personally visited them and told them this, said, yeah, you haven't been doing this, but we're going to start to enforce it. And so then I called and followed up and talked to the county assessor's office and said, yeah, we recognize that this is a tax that really hasn't been enforced, but we're going to start enforcing it throughout the state. So you want to be aware of it. So here's how it works. Every November, December, they mail you a form talking about this personal property tax. And in the upper right-hand corner of that form are some login credentials so you can log in and you can file this form online. So for our clients, we ask them to upload that form to us, and then we take care of that filing form. It's due. It has to be done by the last day in February every year. So for the calendar year ended 2025, we have to do this by last day in February 2026. All right. And we just report all of our depreciable assets. Okay. Now, here's kind of the funny thing. All right. That they're trying to enforce this so much. If you think of the recent bill that passed at the federal level, all right, we'll call it the Big Beautiful Bill. And I don't care if you like Trump or not, that's a stupid name. It's kind of been rebranded now as the Build Back Better bill, which is a much better term. Okay. So in that bill, you pretty much get to depreciate everything. So there really isn't any, for our clients, it's pretty rare that they have anything on the books that is being depreciated because we get to write everything off in the first year of purchase anyway, for the most part. So the fact that New Mexico is thinking that they're going to be able to collect more tax on this personal property tax, well, most of these assets are fully depreciated and written off anyway, so they don't get a tax. That's the thing about this personal property tax. They don't get a tax it if it's fully depreciated and written off. Okay. And pretty much all of our clients, all their assets fully depreciated in year one anyway. So somebody's not thinking clearly on this thing, but we're going to have to make sure for all businesses have to follow this form, and they're really enforcing it now. So let's make it a point to get those forms to us. When you receive them in the mail, they're going to be coming out here this month and next month. Get those forms to us so we can get this thing filed and comply. Thanks for watching this week's Montgomery Minute. We'll see you next week.